Give it up for Molly.
Yeah.
Woo!
Well, thanks, guys. There we go. You guys, I am so stoked. This is something I wanted to do for such a freaking long time. And now the day is here. I'm like, what the hell was I thinking? So I grew up in Maine. Some of you know this. And it was a really quaint, beautiful upbringing. I have kind of this nostalgic pride for it now. Growing up in Maine. There's actually a lot of stuff I didn't know growing up in Maine about how beautiful it is. There's actually a lot of crystals there. Some of the highest quality tourmaline in the world comes from Maine. There's amethyst, smoky quartz, and the clear one, meth. There's a lot of crystal meth in Maine. I didn't realize this though, growing up in my little secluded upbringing. But looking back, the signs were definitely there. When I started hanging out with people in high school and junior high, I can now tell looking back that those were pretty much meth homes. Like, all the signs were there. It was like Insane Clown Posse t-shirt, monster drinks, their parents were smoking inside, just like that kind of thing. But it was like them are hanging out with the church kids pretty much. And the more I look back at it, it was really that stark of a dichotomy. It was like boring church kids, meth kids. And now I kind of understand why Catholic churches are so adamant about people staying in the church. Because statistically, if you look at it on paper, it does look like if you're not in the church, if you lose your way to Jesus, then you pretty much do that. So you can't knock them. But I think their math is a little bit better than their science. But for people that do meth, their science is a lot better than their math. And this is how I know that. So I found out as an adult that literally the house across the street from mine growing up, like for the first 17 years of my life, was a busted meth lab. And the reason I found this out, so one day, this young adult guy, comes running down our driveway, screaming and holding his eyes. And it was just me at home alone with my mom and my brother, and my mom's a boss. She's like, stay inside, I got this. She calls the cops, she goes outside, she's like, what the fuck is going on here? And as it turns out, the people across the street had called in a pizza. He was a pizza delivery guy. And they, when he opened the door with the pizza, sprayed him with pepper spray and took the pizza. But that's clearly as far as they thought through the plan. I can just picture some guy being like, honey, I don't have a lot of money, but I'm gonna take care of you. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna order some pizza to our home address. Assault a minor whose work vehicle is still at home. Like, do you see the math there? They're not doing math. They're doing. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. I grew up in a big Italian family. They're crazy. I was actually the quiet one, and if you know me, I hope that's surprising to you. But there's actually common knowledge in my family that if you go up a few generations, we have mafia roots. We're in the mob, apparently, sketchy bunch of people, but badass, like super badass. Like my mom's dad, Capatoni, which by the way sounds like the pizza company that if the meth heads called, the shoe would have been on the other foot, right? Except for instead of pepper spray, they would have been in the river swimming with the fishes. Yeah. Papatoni, who's a badass. He's actually a Golden Glove champion boxer, so he won the Golden Gloves one year. I don't have a joke about that, I'm just bragging about my lineage. But he bowled perfect 300 games of all things. He was like a really amazing bowler. So much so that he was hired one year at a function to actually teach Ben Affleck a bowling lesson, which we all thought was really cool. So the next time we saw him, we were like, Papa, what's Ben Affleck like? And he's like, he's an ass. And that's all, he's just stone cold. He's like, your fame don't impress me, Ben Affleck. But I love that, because it's just like, I feel like I kind of carry it in some way, like it influences me as a person to just have that kind of lineage on my back, you know? Because I am pretty standoffish with people until I get to know you. It's just like, I don't know about you, but then once it crosses that threshold, then you're family, you know? It's like, what do you need? Come to my table, eat my food. Do you need some money? Borrow some money. You need my Diva cup? Here, you can borrow it. It's all right, you just want to rinse that shit off. There are some bonds that are closer than blood, that's what I'm saying. Sorry, that's gross. My mom would think that was really gross too. The first time she ever visited me out in Arizona from Maine, she still lives in Maine, my whole family is out there. She came out here to help me get settled in a new apartment after a particularly rough breakup. And she's walking around the property with my roommate. We had some gardens back there. And she comes back up and she looks pretty disturbed. She's like, Molly, Do you know your roommate gives her moon blood to the plants? Yeah, Mom. Wait till you see the paintings. Like, that's what it's like out here. It is really different out here, though. It's fun. There's a lot of ways. It's the spiritual thing that I feel like is the most prevalent in the ways that you can kind of monetize and exploit that. Is very different. Like I've always wanted to go to like Uptown or something, and ask people, "Would you like your palm red?" And then when they give me their palm, just have like some red paint and just get them. Like, you're welcome, $30. I swear it was red paint. It wasn't red blood. Yeah, I appreciate that. I didn't put my Venmo up there, but I probably should have. Yeah, there are a lot of things that are different, but there are some things that are similar, I feel like, about the spiritual community that are just packaged differently. For example, I think we all know some people. Do you know some people that are just freaking blinged out with South American beaded jewelry? Do we all know these people? We all know these people, right? What's the first assumption you make about a person that is decked out with beaded jewelry?
They're racist.
That's not where I was going with that, Elaine, but I can see where your mind's at. I appreciate that. They're from South. Okay, anyway. Cultural appropriation? No. That they suit with plant medicine is usually the first assumption that I make. I feel like when somebody's wearing, the big ass hummingbirds and the hootie coo, whatever, just that kind of thing. And it reminds me for some reason every time of how rappers wear like a bunch of gold chains and shit. Because if you think about it, it's because, they say plant medicine's not a drug, but potato, just like. But rappers are more like, I roll blunts, I smoke weed, gold chains, gold teeth, and that kind of thing. But I feel like whenever I see somebody with like the beaded jewelry on, they're like, sit with ayahuasca on a plant, sat in circles, shit my pants, So you gotta do you gotta push it up. So I just find that to be a little bit ironic. I do like it out here though because I've been a vegetarian for 8 years or so, and I go back and forth between like vegetarian, vegan, fruitarian, and I think just like schmegan. But my favorite part about being like vegan vegetarian is just feeling better than everyone, I think. Just feeling superior. Just kidding. It's nutritional yeast. Do you guys use the nooch? It makes everything taste cheesy. Put it on your mac and cheese. Put in it hippie cheese, exactly. Put it in your soup, your popcorn, your ice cream. Put it on a newborn baby. That shit is good on everything, right? No, the first vegan place I ever went to, I actually think is Chocolatry in Sedona. You guys been there? You like the Chocolatry? Yeah. I would definitely go there a lot more, but I just get the same thing every time I go there. Disappointment? No, I'm just kidding. I love them. Yeah, an empty wallet, right? No, I do love them, but sometimes I just feel like ordering off their menu is like ordering from Wish. Or like online dating, like it just looked bigger in the picture. Like, I don't know. Yeah, love them though. Gotta love them. I would love to visit New York someday and spend some more time there. I think that would be super cool. I love this area, but sometimes I feel like the art scene is a little sterile. I feel like in New York though, it's kind of a total 180. And I appreciate this place, Fojol's is fucking awesome. I feel like we could do anything here. They're just about it. We could be reading the vagina monologues back here and they'd just be like, cool. But yeah, I feel like in New York City, it's so convoluted with artists that it almost does like a 360 and everybody's competing so much that it's just like, here's a collage of garbage that'll be $10,000 and people pay it, which is crazy. Like, I actually saw an article online of a guy that nailed a banana to a wall in an art gallery and sold it for $2,000. Yeah. Like somebody bought it. I was like, what the fuck? How masturbatory is that you'd blow $2,000 on a banana you could just get for 69 cents at the grocery store? I just want to know what he did with it, honestly. Like, did he eat it? Or like, was it preserved in any way? I don't know. Speaking of bananas though, I'm in a relationship which is awesome. It's super healthy. I'm not going to get into that really right now, but I just want to share a key to, I feel like really helps with a healthy relationship is just pumping each other up. Like make each other feel good, compliment each other, I was going for a snack the other day and I grabbed a banana and I looked at that banana and I looked at my partner square in the face and I was like, you put this banana to shame. You know, you're just gonna pump each other up like that. Later in the day, I was like putting on makeup, getting ready to go out, and he's like, "Girl, you go out there, you sit on this dude's face." I was like, "Yeah, assume the throne, queen, do it." Yeah, man. We went to the gym together for the first time yesterday, which is a great activity I feel like to do as a couple. Though I will say, my ass is as sore as Justin Bieber's inevitable first day in prison. So he's a pretty boy. Anyway, so I'll leave you with this. I'm pretty sure I solved one of the biggest potential issues we may have as a society, so you're welcome. I live with goats. Does anybody have goats, like goats, no goats? Yeah, right? We love goats. They're assholes, but we love them. They're douchebags. They're like weird because they're fucking diabolical, but like the opposite of geniuses. They have really not a whole lot of cognitive stuff going on, and they want domination, but I don't think they have a concept of like the world as a whole. So it's not domination, it's just like a blade of grass, you know, they just go for whatever they can get. But they eat fucking anything. And our goat that lives on our property, Zoya, I think her favorite food is like plastic. I'm pretty sure. She really has like particular kinds of plastic that she prefers. Like, she a classy bitch, you know? But she also likes duct tape a lot. But I had a friend visiting, staying on the property where I was, and my friend's like, "Oh my God, Zoya's eating a glow stick." There was a glow stick on the ground. I was like, "It's fine. She's gonna digest." That was like 6 months ago. She's fucking fine, you guys. And I don't know what's in glow sticks, but it ain't kosher. So basically, here's my idea. We do like to fuck with shit as the human race, right? We're diabolical and geniuses, so we're into that genetic engineering thing. So I propose we make a giant fucking goat. We genetically engineer a huge goat, and then either make a huge airplane or just put some propellers on the goat. And then if anybody ever launches a nuke, just fly the goat mouth first towards the nuke. It'll swallow it, just little goat burp, little indigestion, that's it. So, I'll take my Nobel Prize now, and thank you guys, that's all for me.